Hi, this is Deanne Jeanette here at the Early Learning Center. I'm coming to you today to talk to you about mindful learning. We want to just talk to you a little bit about that because that's something here that we're focusing on at the Early Learning Center. Every day last week I went into a different classroom with the kindergartners, and we will also bring this into the homes for our families with building brickies. And we used this as a way to show kids about their brains. In the last 10 to 15 years, we've had a lot of advancements in neuroscience and in learning about how our brains work. But it's hard to put that into action when the words like amygdala and hippocampus are kind of difficult to understand. So we've found a way through our Mind Up curriculum to be able to talk to kids and to other adults about how our brains work, how they function, how we learn best, and how we can make the best decisions possible. So when we walked in, I talked to them about the fact that every brain has a guard dog. Now this guard dog is a way of talking about the amygdala in our brain. Amygdala is responsible for our fight, flight, or freeze that happens naturally when we feel like we're in danger. The guard dog alerts us to that danger, and that's a really good thing. It keeps us alive, and it keeps us finding the help that we need during an emergency situation. But the guard dog, the amygdala, has a difficult time deciding between what's truly an emergency and what is just typically a preference or it makes us upset. So that means sometimes when we don't get what we want, or we don't get to do exactly what we want, our guard dogs can tell us this is an emergency. And we teach our children that it so much affects our brains that it feels like there's a tornado going off in their brains and they can't even think because all of their thoughts are all jumbled up. And so in order for us to be able to think, because our amygdalas, when it sends off cortisol, so our guard dogs, when it sends out cortisol and says there's an emergency, it literally stops the brain from thinking. So when you've seen your child very upset and it seems like they've stopped thinking, it actually is true. It gets the brain so wound up that they can't even begin to think. So we here at the Early Learning Center every day are teaching the children how to calm down the brain, to calm the amygdala, and to tell themselves that it's not an emergency and that they truly can stop and think and make wise choices. So every morning here at the Early Learning Center, after announcements are made, we do some deep breathing. So you may hear the kids come home and talking about this, or when we come into your homes for our play times together and our home visits, you may hear us talking about that as well. How to take deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. And that very act of breathing actually can bring down cortisol levels in the brain and help us to calm and to think. And so here at the Early Learning Center, we're teaching the kids how to do that. Now, if you try to suggest it in the heat of the moment when your child is really upset, probably won't work. In fact, what I would do instead is I would model it. When you feel like your child's getting really upset, and then you're getting upset too, say, oh my goodness, I feel like my guard dog is really upset and my brain is upset and I just need to breathe. And then you close your eyes and breathe. And just by that natural modeling and making that a part of your family's life, it will help your child to learn how to regulate their emotions. And you should see a decrease in tantruming and an increase in the ability to think and solve problems as a family. Once a week, I'm planning on coming on here and doing a live video. Please feel free. We've made it public. Please feel free to share. We want this information to get out to the schools, to all of our families in the school city of Hobart, that we here in Hobart want to be mindful in how we treat one another and mindful in how we learn. So please feel free to ask any questions or seek for more information if you'd like. Again, my name is Deanne, and I'm here to talk about mindful learning in the school city of Hobart. Take care now.